Alright, let's dive into something that's been making waves lately: Texas Governor Greg Abbott's decision to hit the pause button on new data center projects. Now, on the surface, this might seem like just another policy move, but personally, I think it's a fascinating intersection of technology, energy, and politics. What makes this really interesting is the context. Texas is grappling with a massive surge in electricity demand, largely driven by the boom in artificial intelligence and cloud computing. So, when Abbott orders a statewide grid audit and effectively halts new data center projects, it's not just about red tape, it's about a state trying to balance its energy future with its tech ambitions. Here's the thing: Texas has become a magnet for data centers, thanks to its generous tax incentives and business-friendly environment. But with that comes a staggering demand for power. Audit, the state's grid operator, has revealed that about 90% of the projected large load interconnection requests are from data centers. To put that in perspective, we are talking about more than 5 times the state's record peak electricity demand. That's insane. And it raises a deeper question: can Texas's grid handle this kind of growth without compromising the reliability and affordability of power for its residents? From my perspective, Abbott's move is less about stopping progress and more about ensuring the state isn't blindsided by its own success. One detail I find fascinating is Abbott's emphasis on self-sufficiency. He's essentially saying, if you want to build a data center here, you should bring your own power and reuse your own water. This isn't just a regulatory hurdle, it's a challenge to the industry to innovate. What this really suggests is that Texas is trying to redefine the rules of the game. Instead of just being a host for these massive energy consumers, the state wants to ensure they are contributing to the grid stability. It's a bold move, and it's going to be interesting to see how tech companies respond. Will they rise to the challenge, or will they look elsewhere? What many people don't realize is that this isn't just a Texas issue, it's a preview of what other states, and even countries might face, as AI and cloud computing continue to explode. The energy demands of these technologies are unprecedented, and our infrastructure isn't necessarily keeping pace. If you take a step back and think about it, this is a global problem in the making. Texas is just the first to hit the brakes and say, let's figure this out before it's too late. Personally, I think this could set a precedent for how other regions approach the energy tech balance. Now, let's talk about the broader implications. Abbott's directive isn't just about electricity, it's about water too. Data centers are notorious for their water consumption, and Texas is no stranger to water scarcity issues. By requiring companies to disclose their water usage and sources, the state is addressing another critical resource. This raises a deeper question: as we chase technological advancement, are we paying enough attention to the environmental and resource costs? In my opinion, this is where the conversation needs to go. It's not just about powering the next AI breakthrough, it's about doing it sustainably. Finally, let's not forget the political angle. Abbott's move comes at a time when there's growing scrutiny of foreign influence in the data center industry. Whether that's a legitimate concern or just political posturing, it adds another layer of complexity. What this really suggests is that the data center boom isn't just an economic or energy issue, it's a national security issue too. And that's a conversation we are just starting to have. So, where does this leave us? Personally, I think Abbott's decision is a necessary wake-up call. It's forcing us to confront the challenges of rapid technological growth and the strain it puts on our infrastructure. But it's also an opportunity to innovate, to rethink how we power our future, and to ensure that progress doesn't come at the expense of sustainability. What do you think? Is Texas making the right move, or is this a step too far? Let me know in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation going.